record. Well, greetings to everybody. Thanks for spending some time with us today. We really appreciate your attendance, and we are very excited about this webinar. We're going to be tag teaming this webinar, so you can hear from two of us, the team members here at EnergyCAP. And we're going to give it maybe about a minute and just allow a little bit of grace for others to attend. But because we know we have attendees really dialing in from all over the world. We have some international and some East Coast, West Coast. So always good to allow for a little bit of a time period for those that are just logging in and getting situated. This topic should be a fun one. We are really building out our partner program, and we value all of you that are listening and watching this. If you are currently a partner or considering being a partner with us, we really value partnerships and understand that it's always mutually beneficial to have engagement with other companies in industry and out there, so you can do your expertise and focus in your areas, and we can do ours, and we can work together and serve customers and organizations. And it's a lot more powerful to do that than it is to try to do everything yourself. So really the nature and focus of this webinar and what we want to talk about is how we approach partnerships that are available, and how it makes sense so we can jointly serve our customers. Okay, so let's get started. Webinar is about EnergyCAP Partner Resources. So I'm John Heinz. I'm our VP of Strategic Accounts and also in charge of our partnership program. And Amber, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey everyone, I'm Amber Artrip. I'm the Vice President of Marketing here at EnergyCAP, and I'm here to support our partners in all things co-marketing as needed to help you grow your business and to help you sell more EnergyCAP. So we made our email addresses available here. We will also be sending out this deck to everyone who registered along with the recording. So feel free to reach out to John and I, if you ever need anything to support you in your efforts. A few other housekeeping items before we get into the rest of it. I mentioned this will be recorded. We'll send out that recording along with this deck afterwards. If you have any questions as we're going through the presentation, feel free to drop them into the Q&A section of the Zoom webinar platform, and we'll get to those at the end. I think that's it, John, if you want to take it away.
That's great. Yeah, so I've been doing this for quite a while, almost 2 decades. And one of the ways that I like to explain how we approach our partnerships with our partner firms is, we're a SaaS business. So our mission is to develop the best energy and sustainability ERP software and provide support services, but we're really driven by software and the use of it. And the way I've always looked at the use of our software when it comes to our partners is it's really the CRM of your customer energy data. You need the right tools for you to do your work for your partners and your customers. And our platform can be that central repository of that data. So it's really functioning more like a CRM system than it is maybe necessarily an analysis system of your data, because it's being looked at to track your customer data. So, with that concept, that's a bit how we approach our partnerships, in that we're working, our job is to develop these great tools, but your job is to track customer data and provide tools to customers to allow you to do your work and to them to get value out of their data. So today, what we're planning to cover is, why partner with us? And then also along those lines of what does a partnership look like? We want to discuss partner resources and tools that we've put together, and we've revamped a lot of our marketing and sales materials and made them available to you. So we'll talk about what's available to you. We want to talk about training opportunities, how you can become more educated on the things that we're doing, our software, even about our customers and how they're getting value. And then lastly is, as Amber said earlier, co-marketing and co-branding promotional opportunities. Really, this is a joint effort. We want to partner with you and get kind of a mutual exchange of value here. So we need to work together to co-brand, materials, and we have some opportunities available to you to touch, the masses out there. So we're going to go into a poll. We like to get feedback, and I think it's fun to ask some questions. So you should have a poll on your screen. And so the poll, the question at hand is, what is the focus of your firm? So we have numbers of different organizations out there that are attending this. And so we're just interested if you can go in and click, what type of services do you provide? And so we're, getting some input now, and for us, it's always valuable to see where the focus of organizations are, and maybe what I've even seen. I was on a call earlier today with one of our partners where they're traditionally a procurement and rate consultant. Well, now they're getting into net zero planning. And doing more along those lines because they get more requests from their customers. They see where the industry's headed. Not to say that their focus isn't still on procurement and rate consulting, but what they're also finding is some of their procurement activities has to be on renewables and working on, REC purchases and some of those types of strategies as they're looking at holistically how to reduce their overall cost when purchasing energy. They have requirements now to help procure clean energy. So it's always interesting to see where the focus is out there and what types of services organizations provide. So we're getting maybe heavy tilted right now towards project and energy savings. Can't say I'm that surprised there. In the energy space, seems like that's always a focus, right? Helping organizations implement projects, even fund and procure, various services to implement energy savings projects and then track savings. Our software is definitely geared towards tracking activities and tracking savings. Procurement and rate consulting, I think that's always a great strategy. Always good to know those types of organizations. Net zero planning, 17%. That's excellent. I think we're going to start seeing that grow a little more. And even some of you that do some of the other services, depending on where you live, if there's more legislation coming revolved around CO2 reductions, you might have to get into some of that with some organizations. And then 17%, more than one of these. I think you might start seeing more than that. More of you cross over into that potentially as time goes on. So really helpful. I appreciate you answering that. Always good to know just the nature and business of organizations we talk to. When it comes into partnering with us, we are always open to, discussions about how to get value out of both companies. I would say the two areas that we typically partner with organizations are really listed here. The first one is we basically serve you and you use our software to track your customer data. This gets into that CRM concept that I talked about earlier, where if you're providing the energy reduction services, you're providing procurement services, or some of the other ones that we just went over in the poll, you typically need a platform to track customer data. We can be that for you. We have some very specific licenses that are scalable, that allow you to grow the license as you would add on and acquire more customers. You could also, unfortunately, if you ever have to, you lose a customer, it also can go in the other direction too. So it's highly scalable based on the customer data that you would need to track. We have a lot of options available for separating customers into separate databases, but allowing your team to access each database very easily, and even some tooling to share data among your customers so you can get some aggregate level data, especially if you're doing procurement activities or some activities like that where it's valuable to get the aggregation of customer data. Our team would support you back office, so you don't have to run a software shop. We would be there to support you and your use of our platform step by step. So that is one way we partner with organizations. And we look at that more as a partnership than you're just licensing, because we want to provide tooling and marketing materials and support to help you acquire more customers, to help you grow your business. That's really important to us. So we're just trying to be the tech engine, the technology company behind your business to help empower you to serve your customers better. The next option is a reseller program. So this would be, maybe you don't want to control all the client data, but you are part of different types of trade organizations or affiliations. You go to trade shows, or you just have a network of peers in the industry. We can, help you get some revenue if you recommend customers to us. And we have a reseller program that's just targeted for you recommending us and getting a referral percentage of the contract, for you. We also have mutual referral programs where, let's say, you provide some services that would make sense for us to market to our customers and bring our customers, into your space. Happy to investigate a mutual reseller program with you, where we're both recommending each other's products and services. So those types of arrangements are available, and that's another way we can work with you and partner with you. So why become a partner? We first off really want you to understand that we really value partnerships. We've had this partner model really ever since we started as a company 40 plus years ago. Look, the fact of the matter is we're not going to be able to serve every customer out there. We can't reach every customer. We need to partner with organizations, but that's where the value is. We're providing a value service in our technology and support. You're providing value services in the areas that you excel and you have expertise in. And so really the model of collaborating together works very, very well. And we've supported that model for a long time. We look at it, if you're on the fence about this, some big areas that can maybe help grow your business. So one is expanding your offering. I can't tell you how many discussions I've had over, roughly 20 years where, an organization provides, again, maybe it's procurement and rate consulting. And then it's like, well, you go in and you do some work, but what type of continuous service agreements do you have with organizations? Or maybe it's a project, you go and implement a project, you track savings, and then you're out. Well, what if you could do some continuous engagement with your customers, tracking their data, offering ongoing reporting, and then maybe expanding your business into other buildings or other accounts with that type of customer? That's what a holistic, partnership with us can potentially bring to you. You can expand your offering and offer more. We're also bringing unrivaled expertise to you. We have over 40 years experience. We want to work with you, and you can leverage our expertise in various areas when it comes to data tracking, data collection services that you can use to your advantage. Helpful to prove out ROI of your services. Again, if you're doing procurement or rate rate consulting or M&V activities, our tooling can help you report and show ROI. I mean, we've had one of our very strategic relationships for over 25, 30 years. They have documented over like an average customer saving of 25% of their total annual spend of every customer they're working with. So they're proven program, but they need our software to do the actual tracking, the analytics, and the reporting of ROI. So really strategic, at least in their case, but hopefully in your case as well. We have a certification and training program. So this isn't just a, hey, let's partner and then we never talk. This is we have various training opportunities. We have a certification program which can help develop your reps and your team members to become more experts in at least the EnergyCAP world and data processing and data analysis. One of the other values here being you can hire. We have numbers of customers and former users and current users that are certified, and so sometimes you can use this if EnergyCAP's your application of choice and it is your CRM system, then you're if you go to do any level of hiring, you can actually hire people that have certifications, so day one they know what to how to log in and what to do within the application. And then lastly, it's again the partnership powered by EnergyCAP concept. You would be powered by the backing that is our 40+ years of experience, and we work hand in hand with you to serve your customers. Another poll. So this poll, we're curious about what types of tools do your clients ask about. So as you think about your customers and some conversations you've had and maybe continue to have, what are some of the tools or services or features that they are asking for? So we're very curious here to say, what are some of the things that they want? And really this question for me has changed over time. There's been an evolution in energy management and sustainability, tracking that we've seen over the years. And so I think this question, you get a different answer depending on like a 5-year window when you ask this, but always interesting to know what people are asking for. So as some results come in, like top for all of you right now is M&V. Probably not overly surprising for me because many of you, I'm sure, offer services that are based on ROI and providing savings to organizations. So M&V being high, maybe not a surprise. Utility bill management being high as well. Again, not overly surprising, just based on client needs. Utility bills being the low-hanging fruit of data to collect. I see carbon reporting getting up there. That's maybe the next highest. And decarbonization projects being up there. Kind of getting back to what I said earlier, that's a growing trend we're seeing in the industry, where it used to be M&V of use and cost, and now we're seeing it's M&V really of decarbonization projects and tracking of renewables and net zero activities. Good to see some interval data on here. I think there's a ton of value in interval data. I think many end customers miss out on a lot of great opportunities with interval data. You really want to look at how to get savings within buildings. Bill data is great. Interval data is really key and really helpful to understand behaviors and system settings and schedule settings and things like that. So certainly something that I personally think is really valuable in addition to tracking bill data. So very interesting. Appreciate you all filling that out. Very good to see. So when we talk about partnering with you, one of the things was about licensing our technology, and just a bit of an education lesson on the products that we provide. So we provide 3 different types of software products. They all can work together and communicate as one. We have our utility management platform that is doing utility bill analysis. So with utility management, this is where you can audit and track bills. Really valuable just for deep bill analytics. You can do IPMBP, option C, M&V. You can integrate with Energy Star to help your customers comply with local mandates. You can do benchmarking, and really it's great for portfolio level tracking. So call that really the core of the EnergyCAP ecosystem, where it's bill tracking, but then portfolio level tracking. We then moved to Carbon Hub. Carbon Hub is the tool to do scope 1, 2, and 3 deep dives of emissions reporting. So it can take the utility data and report your carbon footprint on top of it, but then also add scope 3 factors and track, more of the complete picture of your customer's carbon footprint. And you can track progress towards goals and set up targets and track progress towards those targets. So for those of you that said decarbonization and carbon reporting is becoming a big focus, that would be the tool for you. And then smart analytics. Smart analytics is like utility management, where it has a focus on data. This is looking at interval data and dissecting interval data. And so it's meter data from a utility company or from internal smart meters or devices. You can combine it with production data or other types of metrics. Really valuable for you as a service company. If you have a customer that says, and I heard this again this week, I need to track usage, my interval data usage for our production lines, but also compare it to production output. That tool can do a ton of analysis in that space and a lot more. So really valuable if you need to get deep dives, analytics into any type of interval data or time series data. And then last, our bill capture service. This is an extension of your team. Well, you don't have to hire reps or expand your team. What this is doing is acquiring bill data or other types of data from any source, any format, and getting it into our platforms and our ecosystem on your behalf. So really valuable service just to make sure data is flowing accurately and timely. I just want to pick apart these products and just provide a little more detail to each if you're unfamiliar with them. So let's talk about utility management. The concept of the utility management platform is to capture your data. So again, what I talked about with bill capture, we do have a service where we can work with you to acquire data really by a lot of different means. We leverage the latest technology in acquisition of bill data and mapping of the bill records and then load it into the system. So we can help in that process, but the platform still allows you to do the capturing and entry of data yourself, and that will always exist. And then you can allocate charges, you can create allocations if you need to, if your customers have some tenants or just need to do splitting to allocate use and cost for various spaces and departments that are occupying space. The system has some tooling that allows you to do those types of activities. There's a ton of analytics built in, from auditing to benchmarking to just dashboarding and other types of views. You have a whole arsenal of analytics at your disposal, so you don't have to build all of this yourself in Excel or some of those BI programs. Fully supported analytics. And then last, reporting. The auto distribution features of email and reports to your customers. You can identify the right reports, set up email tasks, and email them out, which is a great service for you to provide to your customers. There's dashboards you can share and you can embed in websites. We do have a plugin to BI tools, so if you need to customize reports or dashboards, you can do that very easily. So a whole tool set at your disposal, which makes you look even more professional than you do today, that you don't have to build yourself and spend the time doing it. Next. Really strategically is the presentment of data when it comes to our partners. Our platform does provide data in certain ways. There's flexible ways, but there are some limitations because we built what we've built. There's tooling to do custom dashboarding, which lets you take control of the experience that you want to feed data to your customer. Very easy to build these within the application, and there's even some very specific widgets that allow you to customize pictures and content. You can embed PowerPoint slides and all types of things. So that way you can create dashboards, send it to your customer. They can bookmark it or embed on their website if they wanted to. and you can easily control the content within the application. So very nice custom ways to give data to your customer. The other is the BI integrations I had mentioned. So if your customers say, I really need these types of analytics, or bring in data from other data sets that's outside of utility, you can mash it all together. There's a plugin, so very easy to connect to your BI tool, and then you have full support to build whatever you need that's unique and custom to each customer. So let's talk more about Carbon Hub. The main framework of Carbon Hub is to calculate emissions, and we're calculating emissions based on, the utility data or other type of emission record data that you bring in, fleet vehicles and employee commuting and purchases. All types of data can be brought in, and then factors are applied. We keep a library of factors that we maintain. You can also localize and create your own factors. So it's the calculation of CO2 from the use and cost, and then applying the factors. It's creating targets and, baselining and track progress towards your net zero activities. So some tooling to help in those areas. And then again, making reporting very much streamlined and easy for you and your customers for compliance purposes, and just sending out to stakeholders. And then last, smart analytics. So having fun with interval data. Again, kind of the same theme of concepts here. Capture the interval data from any source, any device, monitor that data. So in this case, when we say monitor, it's real-time detections and alarms, so you can get triggered for problems as they occur, not 30 days after they occur, and you get it on a utility bill. So take action more immediately to correct issues, and then analyze the data. You can heat map and perform what-if scenarios. The tooling also has IPMVP option B, M&V. So with our infrastructure, for those doing implementing projects and tracking savings, you can do both option B and option C, M&V, which is really valuable depending on what the source data is. The key to the success of smart analytics is acquisition of meter data. We have a lot of documentation on this, but the platform is agnostic to metering systems or devices. So really, anything you have installed, our experts can work with you to decide and discuss how those can get connected to the platform, and data can be flowing in real time and automatically. We also have some relationships with some metering manufacturers, and we work with a number of our partners on that, where they say, look, we go into a client site, we install devices so we can monitor, and there's some devices that can connect through cell service if needed, in case you can't get on the customer's network. So there's a lot of options out there. So if you ever need to actually procure hardware, we can work with you for the devices that are very much plug and play, ready to load into the system at a very great rate and affordable price. We also have a network of installers that we can introduce to actually install devices if you need that as well. Okay, I had mentioned about training opportunities. Well, we want to educate you on our products, our services, but also educate your customers. And so our training conferences and services are not just limited to you. You could extend that even to your customers as well. We have a number of continuing education options, but we do have a commitment to you to ensure that you are knowledgeable on our products and continue to get access to resources. So one tool that we have is our EnergyCAP Academy and certification program. So this is all web-based, perform as you go and learn as you go. At the end, there's a certification program, so you can be a certified EnergyCAP user. Again, valuable to have your team have that, and potential valuable for recruiting efforts. We host training conferences, and we are doing this all over the world now at this point. And more to come on the next slide about training conferences, but we do host training conferences where you can attend in person and network with others and learn more about the latest and greatest with EnergyCAP. And then last is custom training. If you ever need very specific targeted training for you or your customers, we can always help. So let's talk training conferences. We are offering a 20% partner discount on training conferences. So our marketing team, can provide a code that you can enter when registering, but we want to give you a discount and get you to our conferences. So the next conference is in London here in about a month. Amber and I both will be there. We are very excited to go over the pond and engage with our European partners, and actually it's really partners over the world that are coming into London for that. We also have an event in May in Denver, Colorado. So, we would hope that you can maybe attend that. And we are looking for opportunities for you to partner with us and present. And Amber will talk more about this, but at these events, we want to partner with you during sessions to talk about success that you're having with your customers and our tooling. So this is where we get into the co-branding, promotional, and education efforts. So just keep that in mind. If you're thinking about it, we'd love to hear from you. I'd love to partner with you at one of these events.
Yes.
So thanks, Amber. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, John. That was great. If you go ahead and pull up your phone camera and you scan this QR code, you can get all the information you need about both upcoming Catalyst training events in London and in Colorado later this spring. I didn't include the code on here, but if you would like that 20% discount, you want to come join us. And if, like John mentioned, if you are interested in speaking, please reach out to me via email, and we can definitely get you a discount code and talk more about the opportunities to co-brand at the events. So thank you for that. And we'll go. I wanted to also share some other opportunities we have for partners to just get more involved, not only at our events, but in our community, and to also, share some other marketing materials that we can make available to you. So first, we want to talk about our Eco Champions community. This is available to all of our customers, partners included. And I think we're going on 120 plus members strong after less than a year of launching, which is great. And we've got a number of different channels, from benchmarking to energy conservation to I didn't know I could do that, where folks could jump in both on our team, and customers can jump in and ask each other questions, share best practices, share stories, and just connect with one another. So if you're not able to make it to one of our customer training events, we also do virtual events, live events, and sessions through our community on various topics, about once a month throughout the year. So feel free to join the Eco Champions community. We'll be sending out a link to join after the webinar. We also have a ton of learning opportunities available for free on YouTube. Same thing here. If you take your phone, you open up the photo app and you hold it over this QR code, it's a fun fact, you actually get a video of John Heinz's face that pops up. That's the first video because I tested it yesterday. And we've got a number of different webinars that we've done over the years that you can share. You can either use them for yourself to learn more about our products, or even share them with your customers or prospects who are considering technology. We keep everything there. We've got a number of great videos available to you. My team has also pulled together an EnergyCAP Toolbox for our partners. That includes all of the content that we use to market and promote our solutions through the sales team. Things like one-pagers for products, product feature comparison guides, different brand assets and logos that we have available, a number of case studies and testimonials, all of our recorded webinars, all of this is available to you now in this partner toolbox, which we'll be sending out this direct link, but you can see it here, info.energycap.com/partner toolbox. If you'd like to access it, really everything you need in here can also be co-branded. So if you have an interest in taking one of our feature comparison guides and you'd like to put, your company logo alongside ours, my team would be happy to set up custom co-branding for you, and we'd be happy to work with you on that. So just reach out to me. Along with co-branded marketing content, we also do a lot of storytelling with our partners, and we would love to do more of that with more partners in the future. So things like webinars, if you have a specific case study that you would like to share with our customers about how you've utilized one of our solutions with a client, we'd love to share that case study on a webinar, or various webinar topics that you think would be relevant for our base. Would be happy to co-host a webinar with you. We do a lot of blogs and ebooks and press releases with our partners as well. So if any of these seem interesting to you, feel free to reach out to me and the team, and we'd be happy to work together to tell some stories together. John mentions a little bit at our events that we host two of the two big Catalyst events, one internationally in London and then one in Denver this year. We will also be doing some regional training events throughout the year. We make it available for our partners to join us at these events, and to sponsor part of the cost of the event, they can have a booth and present at our events to our customers in a 45-minute or an hour session. So if this is something that's interesting to you, feel free to reach out to us as well. And I think that is it for our webinar today. I wanted to pop this right back up here because, Catalyst is top of mind for us right now in our partner and customer marketing. So if you would like to join us, feel free to scan the code, learn a little bit more about the events, and reach out to our team. But at this time, we'll go ahead and open it up for questions. So feel free to use the Q&A section of Zoom here to drop any questions you may have about anything we presented on today.
Yeah, so we'll wait a few minutes and see if there's any questions. But as Amber said, feel free to reach out to her or I, really with any question you have about the partner program and any of the details that we talked about today. Thank you. Yes, putting that up, valuable. As Amber said, we have, we can co-brand some marketing materials, and we have these training events and opportunities. And even if you just want to speak more broadly about how we do more of a partnership and expand, maybe we have an existing partnership with you and you want to expand what we're doing, always happy to have those conversations. If we don't have a partnership, happy to talk about what makes sense between both companies. So please reach out to us. Always approachable, both of us.
That's right.
I don't think we're getting questions today.
I'm not seeing any questions, so we must have hit all of the topics perfectly, John. So great job. And thank you all for joining us on the line. We will be sending out this deck along with all of the links we went through today to the resources that are available to you, and the recording of this webinar so you can share it with your team. So thank you again for your time, and we look forward to working with you.
All right. Take care. Bye.